Alrighty, and who wants to take the lead on this one?
Well, I'm guessing Mike, because he's the host.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh yeah, you probably.
I'm the fourth chair on my own podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. We just kind of take over and colonize whatever podcast we're on.
Yay.
Beautiful.
As we should. No, I'm kidding.
Come on and sit a spell. We've got stories and jokes to tell. It's gonna be a great Noel. It's the Advent Calendar House. Muppets, Batman, Smurfs, and even Garfield's Halloween. We're gonna take a trip down memory lane. Frosty, Rudolph, and a bunch you've probably never seen. It's Mike and pals that come to entertain. Turn the knob and lift the latch for fun and laughs that can't be matched. Just beware the icy patch. It's the Advent Calendar House.
Welcome to the Advent Calendar House, the podcast that's going to ruin Christmas unless you buy me a new pair of skis. Please don't actually buy me skis.
Too late.
Ah!
I'm sorry, man. I can't return them. It's too late.
I can only get you a sourdough bread house. I apologize.
Oh, well.
Well, I could dump water on you a la Flashdance.
Well, it's time to take a good long look in the mirror, so join us as we float down the rabbit hole back to 1992 for a very special holiday episode of Disney's Adventures in Wonderland. It's Christmas in Wonderland.
Seasons change and once a year, holiday greetings now I hear. Use your imagination and you'll understand. It's Christmas in Wonderland.
I am only taking off my rollerblades while we decorate because there's no way I'm getting up that ladder with them on, Mike Westfall.
He should have. It would have been funny.
And joining me is the gang from Channel KRT. Let's introduce them one at a time. First is hat-shaped homeowner who's never seen snow despite owning a snow machine. It's Kit Quinn. Hi, Kit.
Hi, I'm here to say rest in piss, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
First one of the night.
Beautiful. Also here is Claymation Squirrel who made it snow thanks to the power of prayer. It's Randy Martin. Hi, Randy.
Release the OJ episode now. It's okay. He's dead.
And a 12-foot tall caterpillar who won't stop asking me if I believe in miracles. It's Tyler Green. Hello, Tyler.
It's true. I have way too many appendages.
All right, let's cut off 3. No, I'm kidding.
Yay.
Beautiful. Don't need them all.
It's only a flesh wound, guys.
Also, in honor of somebody who actually does deserve to be mourned, once again, rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried.
And rest in peace, Armelia McQueen. We fucking miss you.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did not deserve her.
And rest in peace, Dinah. Because cats don't live that long.
I hope not.
Yeah, a lot has changed since the last time we talked about Adventures in Wonderland. Last time we talked about it was 3 years ago.
As soon as we start our podcast on this and the Red Queen dies.
Yes.
Oh, did it happen before? Did it happen after?
Yeah, it happened like 2 weeks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we killed her
Oh,
by
God.
accident.
that happened to me. I did 2 specials that had Angela Lansbury in them.
Oh.
I loved her.
I
yeah.
did the Rankin Bass one, The Story of the First Christmas Snow, and then I did Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Oh God, that piece of shit.
So like I had to go I had to go in afterwards. It's just like, so we recorded this while she was still alive.
Yeah.
Everybody bubble wrap Tim Curry and Bernadette Peters right now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God, yes.
But real quickly, would you please share your history with this show? And if you remember watching this episode in particular when you were younger, and we will start with Tyler.
So I do remember watching this show, not this particular episode. I actually didn't watch it until last Christmas, actually, when I pitched this episode. But the gist of my history with it is that I was dropped off at, a friend's house after school, and she had this show on VHS. So I watched an episode of it, and it lived rent-free in my head for the longest time.
Hell yeah.
Just because of how batshit insane bizarre this show was. Total fucking acid trip of a TV show. And then in college, I, went through the whole, like hyperfixate on bizarre ass children's shows. Definitely a path that led me well, as you can tell. And I spent the summer just of 2016 hyperfixating on this show. And it was at this point that I was like showing it to Kit. And in turn,
Yeah.
that led to us showing it to our friends and getting them hooked on this beautiful fucking show.
Hell yeah. It was, if you don't mind me going to mine, unless you have more to say, Tyler.
Oh no, I'm good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I kind of knew this show in various kind of passing bys over the years on the internet, but I'd never really properly checked it out until the summer of 2016, where I bonded over it with Tyler.
That's me.
Hell yeah. And I also got introduced to it because of my boyfriend, his one movie later vlog on the Alice Through the Looking Glass movie that had come out at the time. He played the theme song in the credits. So
That's why I started binging it. Okay.
Oh.
yes.
I knew there was a reason why. That was the reason why, because Tony put that song at the end of the video.
It's all
Hell
connected
yeah.
to Tony Goldmark, man.
God
We're
bless
bas-
that wonderful fucking man. Without him, there would be no channel KRT. So.
Cancel KRT.
Escape from Walt Disney is the cheers to our Frasier.
Okay.
Well, no, it's the Drew Carey show to our two guys, a girl, and a pizza place.
There we go. And so yeah, over the years I've bonded over it with these two. It was obviously the first episode of our show, and it's just such a wonderful little show. It's such a nice
Yes.
little piece of nostalgia. It's just got so much amazing talent behind it. There's not enough praise I can sing of it. I fucking love this show.
Okay, Randy, how about you?
Well, like they said, it was because of these two that I really got into it.
Yay, it's our fault.
Yeah.
Yay! It's all.
That and the fact that I consider myself a lost media enthusiast, including incredibly fucked up lost media. And when I found out OJ was going to be on this, I was like, oh my God, this is my show right here. And then, of course, it ends up on Disney Plus. It's just so like painfully 90s in the best possible way. I'm like, this was made for me.
People are going to be watching this thinking, OJ wasn't in this Christmas special. No, I'm sorry, but he was in another episode that's not on Disney Plus yet.
But it's in a picture book that aired right before he did the murders.
Oh, that's right.
Right
Forgot
before,
about
like,
the
he
picture
was-
book. Yeah.
He had an active career. He was doing like exercise tapes. He was going to be in a made-for-TV movie.
Oh, yeah.
He was going to be in this show.
He was gonna be the Terminator.
And then he went and did that.
Yep.
And what's weird about the episode in question is that he's basically the White Rabbit's Tyler Durden in that, he's coaching him through, I think, the Wonderland Olympics, something like that.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's a weird fucking idea.
Yeah, it's
It really makes you wonder whether what the White Rabbit's role was in those murders.
you know, White Rabbit. Sometimes when I get really mad, I just kill my wife and her friend.
Oh,
I really hope they use the archival recordings of the episode that they had in as proof during the trial. Like
Oh my God.
missed that day.
You know what they did use as a proof in the trial, actually?
one of his exercise tapes.
Yes, they used his exercise tape in the trial because one of the
That's
defense's
right.
arguments was, well, he's frail. He's not, the big linebacker he used to be. And they refuted that by showing him in his exercise tape in great shape.
This you?
this literally
It's
this
you, bruh.
Yeah.
On a lighter note.
So I watched this as a kid.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
This was on day one in my house. I was 11 years old at the time. My sister was 6, so she was squarely in the demographic. But I was enthralled by this show. It was so wacky. And even back then, I realized they might be trying a bit too hard to be wacky, but I couldn't look away.
Hell yeah.
It feels like it works.
I can see where you're coming from, but it's the right balance of wacky. It's more wacky and less edutainment, which was kind of what the show was going for, I guess.
Yeah.
It's very Pee-wee's Playhouse, basically.
Very Pee-wee's
Absolutely.
Playhouse.
It's like, you know how sometimes you see something live action and you think this would have been so much better as a cartoon?
Uh-huh.
I think even though this could have worked as a cartoon, this works just as well in live action because they actually like made the sets and sets work. They really put a lot into the sets and the effects, and they got like actual like Broadway alumni.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about each of them as we go, but
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I might have mentioned this on either of our episodes, but this show is also how I was introduced to Devo, and technically Rugrats as well, because I remember the first time I was watching this show, I was like, this music sounds a lot like Rugrats music, and I was like, that's Mark Mothersbaugh.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Same fucking sound font that he uses on Rugrats. The
wait a
exact
minute.
Same.
oh, yes.
Wait a
Yes.
minute. Those instrumentals sound a little too familiar.
But I do remember watching this Christmas episode as a kid. So Christmas in Wonderland first aired December 3rd, 1992 on the Disney Channel. I had thought it was shot at Disney MGM Studios, but by this time they had moved production to LA.
Oh, okay.
Well, if I remember correctly, the exterior shots of Alice's house was one of the houses that was on the Disney Studio backlot tour at the time.
Oh,
can't-
cool.
Okay.
I can't believe Alice's neighbors were the Golden Girls.
Right?
I wonder how that went.
I want to see the Golden Girls interact with Mad Hatter and March Hare.
Oh my
God,
goodness.
yes.
Just Mad Hatter and Blanche.
Which, speaking of, we're recording this in June right now. Happy Pride to those two lovely motherfuckers.
That's
Hell
right.
Yeah.
Woo! And also, I still have not watched Only Murders in the Building. I apologize to Johnny Hoffman.
Yeah, we'll talk about all of them in a bit. If you want to watch this episode, it is on Disney Plus, of course. We found a copy on YouTube that apparently had commercials, you said, Tyler?
Yes, it did. And the weird thing, too, is that, this starts off with a commercial like that sets this special up. But all of a sudden, for a split second, it goes into a commercial of someone I'm guessing to be Santa Claus getting a massage.
I don't like that. I really don't like that.
Christmas in Wonderland. Next.
Closed captioned and has been recommended for viewing by the American Federation of Teachers and the National Education Association.
And meanwhile, you can still see the Disney Channel logo on the side of the screen.
Oh, it's got the bug on the corner.
It's very jarring, to say the least.
Nah, you know what? Go all the way. Have this be like Santa in those old Herbal Essences commercials where it was like they were orgasming. Just have him like put the shampoo in his beard and go, oh, 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 oh.
And yet, not the only time during this episode I thought, that's a euphemism.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they have to sneak a euphemism into the show at least once every episode.
They do.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I hadn't despite watching a lot of the show, I actually don't remember if I've seen this episode before or not. So it was interesting to get to watch it for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, agreed. I'm usually the type of person who watches Christmas specials during Christmas, so this episode slipped my radar and I never really got to it until last Christmas. But it's a pretty solid episode overall, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fair. I mean, it's hard to beat Willie Nelson randomly showing up to sing and beating a Gilbert Gottfried bully in a pie fight, but
Well, what can?
When else are we going to get Willie Nelson and Gilbert Gottfried in the same show at the same time?
Well,
exactly.
one of them's not available.
Yeah. Well, not with that attitude. We can always dig his corpse up.
I'll go
You
get
know?
a shovel.
He'd love that joke.
So let's get into this. This episode opens like every episode of Adventures in Wonderland in Alice's bedroom, only this gets a special opening because it's Christmas, so there's snow outside.
Oh, yeah.
Where Dinah is once again forced to be Alice's therapist.
Yeah, yup.
For the last time, kid, I'm not a licensed psychiatrist.
Alice, she's not meowing in agreement. She's meowing because you're putting that stupid fucking bow on her. She wants out of this.
I think it would have been so funny if they had just like kept a take where you ever put like something on like a cat's head or like something like fancy on their neck and they just immediately start like pawing it off.
There absolutely has to be an outtake
Oh, just reels of them.
where Dinah scratches the actress who plays Alice, or Elizabeth Harnois.
Yes.
Or just isn't cooperating in general, keeps like moving the head away. If you've ever tried to put anything on a cat or a dog, you understand the head dodges.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yes, and I also love that. I guess there's kind of a tie-in to the episode where Alice is like, "I hope I get my skis this year." It's like, I guess the lesson is, oh, you should be grateful for whatever you get during the holidays.
Something like that.
Gee, it would sure be a crummy Christmas if I didn't get my own skis.
Narrator voice, she would not get her skis for Christmas.
Can't you just be a normal kid and ask for a Game Boy?
Like, why can't you ask for candy?
Here's what, yeah, that's what confuses me. You know, she would get the skis for Christmas, yes, but they're only really usable for like one part of the year, and you're probably only going to use them once and then stick them in the garage and forget about them.
Yep.
I guess unless you travel to like snow areas like I did as a kid. My dad and I used to go up to the mountains a lot to ski, but
Oh,
yeah, so I guess that's maybe the goal, but at the same time, it's like, why would you ask for that for Christmas? You could just ask that for that year round then.
Looking at Alice's house, their family probably has a ski membership.
Probably.
Oh, they probably own the resort.
Or that.
Ah.
Yes, Alice is played by Elizabeth Harnois, who was also in another Disney Christmas thing. Have y'all seen One Magic Christmas?
I have not.
I have
no.
not.
Oh, that movie's wild. It's from 1985. It stars Mary Steenburgen, and Elizabeth Harnois plays her daughter.
Oh, wow.
The way I'll describe it is, imagine It's a Wonderful Life. Instead of showing you what it would be like if you were never born, the guardian angel shows you what would happen if everyone else in your family died.
What?
Jeez.
Jesus
And you talked about this on your show?
No, I didn't do that one yet, but it's coming.
Yes.
God.
Oh boy. Oh shit.
That's a threat.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, when you said there was another Disney thing with Elizabeth Harnois, I thought you were gonna say Mars Needs Moms for a second.
Oh God. We don't acknowledge that.
I sat through that piece of shit.
Why?
Do not recommend. She was also, that's another Disney thing she was in. She was the president's daughter in My Date with the President's Daughter.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my God.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, speaking of things we get to talk about on the show someday.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So then we cut to a really good rendition of the theme song that's set for Christmas.
It's a magical time for something new, with Christmas cheer and a carol or two. It's a holiday place with a wonderful crew, where Yuletide wishes all come true.
The theme song, by the way, you know, we mentioned not skipping it when it comes to Disney Plus. I don't skip it when it comes on, when I watch it on Disney Plus. So
How
yeah.
anyone who does skip it needs to be investigated.
Exactly.
anybody who skips it is getting coal in their stocking.
No, this theme song is burned into my brain for 30 years.
Anyone
yeah.
who skips it is getting sent to the coal mines.
Also, I wonder if those CGI backgrounds during the theme song was done by DNA Productions, because it looked a lot like their work.
Could have been.
Yeah, good question, actually.
It reminded me of Pee Wee Herman's Magic Screen.
Ooh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yes, that too.
Like, I had to check to see, is that the same CGI sleigh Pee Wee rode with Magic Johnson? It's not, but it's close.
It's the same thing with the stop motion story segments, because I'm pretty sure they're animated by the same people who did the Penny cartoons.
They
That's
are.
right,
Yeah.
Will Vinton.
Yes, they are. They are Will Vinton.
Will Vinton, that's who it was. Yes.
It's capital C claymation.
Will Vinton, the master at unsettling.
And also, if you look closely in the background, you can see Magic Johnson still on that sled all these years later.
He never left.
It's still flying and flying and flying.
Looking down on us all.
It's gonna crash eventually, but you know, just let him relax.
I've been sledding for 30 minutes.
I can't come back. I don't know how it works.
You know, I kind of feel bad for making this joke, but I kind of wonder how many kids thought to themselves that, you know, they could always go to Wonderland by running headfirst into their mirror.
Oh no.
What I want to know is how many kids thought they could go to Hogwarts by slamming into a train platform.
I'm sure it
God.
happens daily.
Same amount of kids who jump off the roof with an umbrella thinking they're Mary Poppins.
Oh dear.
Hey kids, Wonderland has a hospital. Let's go there.
Which is true in the context of the show.
What do you mean Wonderland doesn't have universal health care?
Wonderland has Christianity, apparently.
Yeah, they celebrate Christmas of some sort. We see the White Rabbit helping put up decorations for, I kept calling her the Queen of Hearts, but in this she's credited as the Red Queen.
I just love Christmas. It's the one time of year everyone I pass greets me with a smile, and they don't want something.
The Red Queen, who, as far as I know, has never said off with her head.
Not once.
Boo, 0 stars.
It's like she started taking edibles. She's a lot cooler now.
Okay,
That's
actually,
it.
that's not true because there, for a period in the Spaceship Earth post show from the mid 90s to 2004, I think,
That sounds right.
there was a Adventures in Wonderland, exhibit where they pretty much recasted everybody except for Armelia McQueen as the Red Queen, and she does say "off with your heads" in that. But the thing is also partially lost media, so I am very curious about how much they missed the mark.
They gotta find this shit.
Yeah, Armelia McQueen. You may have seen her in Ghost. She played one of Whoopi Goldberg's sisters.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
She was in the original cast of the musical Ain't Misbehavin'.
Hell yeah.
I also remember her on an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Uncle Phil sues Will and Carlton to try and teach them a lesson about, I don't remember what, but she was the judge.
Oh,
I was going to point that out because
she was the judge in that's in Fresh Prince.
yeah, exactly.
It all connects.
That's what I was just about to say.
Order in the court.
Yes.
Now you're a sandwich.
Every time I hear the Perry Mason theme, because my mom watches it all the time, I think of that fucking YTP and Will and Carlton burging into the room and going in reverse and all that shit.
Her obituary on Deadline used a screenshot from this episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and so then we cut to White Rabbit putting up decorations for the Queen, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna be also in the rollerblades on the ladder.
So did I. I was surprised when they showed his feet.
They
Yeah.
really should have. It would have been so funny. I am just a sick fucking person sometimes. Let me have this little moment of sadism.
It's like in Billy Madison with the clown falling down and having an aneurysm.
Oh, dear.
God. And so they're talking about their Christmas traditions and how Wonderland has a lot of different Christmas traditions than the regular world.
Like hanging up fruit, but
Hanging up produce, yeah.
it can't be any weirder than the one in Wales where they have the horse skull where you have to sing back and forth in Welsh with it. And if you lose the Welsh rap battle, you have to let the horse skull in.
Plus, we hang up berries and reeds. Aren't those technically fruit and vegetables?
Oh, we don't just hang up berries and reeds. We hang up deadly poisonous berries.
Exactly.
That's right.
Holly can kill you. Mistletoe can kill you.
Plus, we hang up popcorn as well. So
I miss doing the popcorn. I got to bring back doing the popcorn. But
That
Oh, yeah.
that is pretty fun.
We never did popcorn in my house.
oh,
Neither did
okay.
we.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but
Yeah, most of the popcorn I think that we mostly put up around the tree or on the wreaths themselves. So
oh, on the wreath. I've never seen it on the wreath.
Creative.
Yeah.
usually I've just seen it on trees.
Yeah.
And also, as soon as they said Bob for Christmas crab apples, I immediately was like, Bob for Christmas crab experiments.
Yeah,
Hi, Agatha.
just as God would have wanted.
Oh, Your Majesty, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Well, it is Christmas. You want it to look like Halloween? No, I simply meant that the decorations always put me in such a Christmassy mood. Oh, me too.
The White Rabbit is played by Patrick Richwood, who says he's most often recognized as Dennis, the night elevator operator in Pretty Woman, and least often recognized for this, because makeup.
Yeah.
Speaking of makeup, did you know, I know Kit and Randy knew this, but Did you know that Ken Page had a recurring role on this show as the walrus from
Oh, yeah.
Wonderland?
Hell yeah.
I saw that as I was reading this. Just like, oh, we could have had Ken Page in a walrus costume in this episode.
Heavy, very heavy makeup, by the way.
And they were racist to him. They were racist against walruses in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, they were racist for an episode, and then they treated him as an equal afterwards. So
They learned their
Yay.
lesson.
Imagine if it was that easy in the real world.
If only.
On a lighter note, I actually met Ken Page back in 2016, and he is awesome.
yes, you did.
Oh, good.
Yay.
I like when they're nice.
I also got to meet Chris Sarandon as well, so hell yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other great guest stars who have appeared on this show. Terry Garr had a recurring role as the Duchess, who was the Red Queen's
That's
rival.
right.
Slash girlfriend.
Stuart Pankin showed up on an episode. Judge Reinhold.
I remember seeing the Judge Reinhold one.
Yeah, that's the one where he shows up as a dentist, and it turns out that dentist offices in Wonderland are just as bleak as they are here. So
Yeah.
You would think in a place called Wonderland there simply would not be tooth problems.
You would think.
But apparently they don't have universal health care either.
But I found an interview with Patrick Richwood on an old Adventures in Wonderland fan site from 2008. It's on Tripod. It's still up, and it
Oh,
looks
wow.
exactly how you think it would look.
God bless.
I'm putting that link in the show notes. It's amazing.
God bless the old internet. I
Right.
miss it so much.
I love that the old Space Jam website is still up, and I love that this website is still up.
I thought they took down the old Space Jam website for Space Jam 2. Did they fix it?
They kept it up. They just put it in a subfolder.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh.
So I think it's like spacejam.whatever/1996.
That makes me so unbelievably happy.
Yes.
God, we gotta
Oh,
preserve when the
yeah.
internet was good.
Yes,
Yes.
we do. But Patrick Richwood says when he auditioned for the role, the casting director asked him, "Can you rollerblade?" And he said yes, but he couldn't. He lied. So
And look where that got him.
The lesson here, kids, is lie on your resume.
Yes, everyone does it once in a while.
thankfully they decided we'll get you a trainer so you can brush up before we start filming. And he practiced with the trainer in the parking lot of the Hollywood Bowl, and he picked it up pretty naturally, even though he admits he crashed into things on set a lot, including his castmates. But they wouldn't let him go up this ladder.
Speaking of interviews, too, by the way, Tammy Tuckey, who did the Tierra talk show, has some really great interviews with the entire cast, by the way.
That's
Okay,
right.
great.
So definitely check those out, too. Those are great.
And also, I just got to say that this episode reminds us how much we did not deserve Arnelia McQueen, because she is fantastic as always.
She really is.
Yeah.
She's my favorite part of this.
Absolutely. And she has some really damn great lines in this as well, and
Oh,
some really
yeah.
great some really great banter.
Yeah, oh, go ahead. She is absolutely wonderful on this show. But at the same time, you just know if this show came out today, a bunch of fucking assholes will be whining and complaining about the show being woke.
Oh God, yeah.
Because they made the queen black. Who gives a fucking shit?
Oh, goodness.
Bleh.
You're not wrong.
I mean, did you see how upset all these grown adults were at the Ariel show for literal babies because they made
Yes.
Ariel black in it? You are not the target audience, dude.
Yeah, sit
And
the fuck down.
also, I love that another one of their Christmas traditions is playing the Christmas kazoo and
The Christmas kazoo.
You on Christmas kazoo.
Oh,
Wait, so
God.
you guys don't go around
How
door
are
to door with
you?
your Christmas kazoo?
I don't know. Someone did that to me, and I can't speak about what happened after that. My lawyers are not letting me.
Also, who eats pudding hardened?
Yo,
You can
you ever-
harden pudding?
Yeah, that sounds nasty.
That might be like a British thing where they just call all dessert pudding.
Of course
True,
it's
true.
British.
Oh my God, yeah, that I hate them for that because one time I saw bread pudding at a restaurant. I thought it was gonna be like pudding in a bread bowl. I was psyched, and then I had it, and it was the most disgusting shit I'd ever
Oh,
eaten in my entire life.
Oh, God.
It's like how in Jack, how they eat hot pudding. Like, who are you people?
Actually, I can attest to this. Fresh made hot pudding actually kind of slaps.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
True.
I'm intrigued.
Also, we forgot to talk about the song that the rabbit sings about Christmas traditions.
I can't wait to bob for Christmas crab apples. Or bite into some Christmas candied hearts. Playing Christmas tiddlywinks, wearing Christmas cufflinks, then baking a batch of luscious Christmas tarts.
Personally, I'm very curious about the Christmas dog howling at the Christmas log, which we do not see in this special.
No!
Very disappointing.
There's a lot we don't see that he sings about. I think we need to adopt the Christmas camel ride.
It's got to be the same dog from that episode where they accidentally adopt a famous dog.
Is the Christmas camel ride not what, like, the wise men were doing?
Hey, yeah, see, it's canon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like the little detail that Alice didn't make a big deal out of them having different Christmas traditions. It was a nice little gesture.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that the Wonderland Christmas traditions sound better than what we'd have.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's just me, but, you know.
It's okay that you have some weird Christmas traditions. You ever see the horse skull on my planet?
I envy Wonderland because they probably don't have right-wingers in their universe bitching about red holiday cups and such.
No, they're red by default because the queen wants them red.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, how does religion work in this universe? Because it's very clear this is a parallel universe from what we have.
Oh, I just have one more thing to say about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
go
good.
You know, for a red queen, she's actually pretty bipartisan.
She
Hell
is.
yeah.
She wants to do all of Alice's Christmas traditions. She's tired of everybody hanging up the Christmas produce, which, is this where the Christmas pickle thing comes from? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I have never heard of that.
I'm intrigued.
So you hide a pickle ornament on your tree, and the first person to find it wins a bonus gift or good luck or something. I don't even know. Apparently, it was supposed to have originated in Germany, but then when some news outlet polled people in Germany, almost all of them had never heard of this.
This is completely new to me.
So my guess is someone at some point just made up a story to sell pickle-shaped ornaments, and now they're a thing.
I can't even believe this is Mandela affected, like Elf on a Shelf. What the fuck is going on here?
I'm going to be honest. You could tell me literally any made up shit about how they celebrate Christmas in European countries, and I'll believe you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You could.
Doesn't one country have like a Christmas blackface parade?
The Netherlands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Pete, they're called.
Yeah. Oh, Europe. You have no right to talk to us about our racism.
So let's meet everyone who's here helping hang the Christmas produce in Wonderland. We have the March Hare.
What's everyone doing?
Isn't it obvious? We're hanging the Christmas produce.
Played by Reese Holland, who is known for this.
Yes.
IMDb says he was also on a single episode of NYPD Blue, and that's it. His only other credits are he was apparently part of the chorus in one of Max's songs on a Goofy movie.
Wow.
He got his bag and he left. What a king.
Good for him.
We talked about the Mad Hatter a little bit. He's played by John Robert Hoffman.
Christmas produce.
Sure, nothing says Christmas like fresh fruits and vegetables.
Hell yeah.
Who co-created a little show called Only Murders in the Building.
Hell yeah. And he also directed Good Boy from 2003.
Yes!
That was a movie that existed.
Co-produced by Jim Henson Pictures.
And somehow we haven't talked about that either.
Yeah.
Oh, he was also a producer on Grace and Frankie, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, he did that. He also did a guest spot on the Larry Sanders Show after Adventures in Wonderland.
Okay.
Also, I might have said this before, but Steve Martin and Martin Short as Mad Hatter and March Hare when.
Oh God, yes.
Yes.
As if it couldn't get any gayer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also here are Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Tweedledum is played by Robert Barry Fleming,
Besides, what better way to end a party than to eat the decorations?
who's mostly a theater director and choreographer now. He's currently executive artistic director of Actors Theater in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yo,
Nice.
that's awesome.
And Tweedledee is played by Harry Waters Jr.,
And it wouldn't be a Christmas party without the Christmas produce. It's a Wonderland tradition.
Hell yeah.
whom I know best from Back to the Future as Marvin, your cousin,
Fuck yes.
Marvin Barry.
You remember me? Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
I'm helping.
Who the fuck keeps getting this number?
That's everyone for now. The Queen asks Alice what produce she likes to hang at Christmas, and Alan says, that's not something we do.
Yes, it literally is. You hang up like poisonous plants.
Right, yeah.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
I turned myself into a Christmas pickle.
Oh, no.
Oh, we don't hang up produce. We hang up food that can kill us.
We hang up stuff that gives me a damn headache.
Yeah. I like how the first wacky non-Wonderland tradition they all think sounds bizarre is putting up a tree in your living room.
I love that is where they draw the line.
Well, I mean, when you put it like that, I guess.
Yeah, that's really a go-to weird tradition you never think about if you've grown up doing it, and then someone points out, do what now?
You put a tree in your living room?
Yeah.
Well, now I feel like the weirdo.
Why, that's unheard of.
They don't even exchange gifts in Wonderland, which I was sure was going to be the common thread here, but no. Everyone stares at Alice bewildered, but she calmly says, oh, well, we just have different traditions. Yours are fun, mine are fun.
And this, of course, is what kicks off the conflict of the episode, because when Alice mentions snow, the Queen gets flashbacks.
Yeah.
And not the good kind.
She doesn't talk about him at first, though.
Yeah, she kind of keeps to herself, but then eventually, you know, she explains what happens in an actually pretty touching scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that another really great thing about Arnelia McQueen is that she also really sells the emotional moments in this show as well.
She does.
Although I was half expecting when she was talking about the snow, I've been in snow before. I constantly slipped on it and it blocked our driveway and it caused us nothing but problems. It sucked. Get rid of it.
I threw my back out shoveling that shit so many goddamn times.
You know how long our power was out for?
I've told this story before on the show, but I used to work for a news radio station when I would have to be the one who would wake up and take all the snow closing calls, because that would be the one where they would announce the school closings on the air. So I would have to stay overnight in the city, go in at 4 a.m, and then when I would get back to my parking lot after taking the train back, the whole parking lot would be plowed, but nobody else went to work because there was snow. So mine's the only car in the parking lot with just a mountain of snow plowed on top of it.
Jesus.
It would take like 45 minutes just to get it all off.
What the fuck?
I am so sorry. Holy shit.
So I don't miss snow.
Oh my God.
Do not miss snow.
Yeah, when they're making a big deal about how can you have Christmas without snow? I'm just like, grew up in California.
Also, you will not miss snow if you've ever had to deliver pizza in a blizzard.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Although I was born in Utah, so for a couple of years of my life, I did have snow at Christmas. So.
My condolences.
Yeah, so do they always just experience spring in Wonderland?
It looks like it.
There's an offhand comment that I think the rabbit makes where he says, you know, that they wear Christmas stockings because it gets cold in the winter, but they're not wearing coats.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like a wacky version of England, except the weather's the same fucking gray,
Yeah, just dull.
gray bullshit they always have.
There you go. Yeah. So Alice decides to get help to show them what snow is from the Queen's computer, Crystal Vision. It's 1992, and the Queen has Siri almost 20 years before anyone else.
Oh, that beautiful, beautiful stock footage in a different frame rate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Crystal doesn't actually speak, but it does immediately show B-roll footage of snowy scenes from what looks like the 1960s as Alice sings about it.
From the sky, snowflakes fall, soft white powder on us all. It covers the world with a pretty white swirl. Adventures in a winter wonderland.
Remember when snow was a thing before climate change?
And the miracle on why they'll suddenly get snow in Wonderland is climate change. Woo!
Yay! Wonderland's gonna be Waterworld in a few years.
Yay.
I mean, it already is, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. One of these clips shows someone skiing like Alice is subconsciously trying to let anyone at all know, I'd love me some skis. If y'all want to adopt the tradition of giving me a gift, I'll take some skis.
You don't have to, but, I'm just saying, if you do.
Be like, okay, I don't want anything in particular for Christmas. Skis.
Yeah.
I skis, don't skis, want skis, anything skis, or skis, Christmas skis.
She's like Kim Kardashian at one thing. I'm like dropping hints that I want skis for Christmas. I want skis for Christmas.
You'll ski your eye out, kid.
Anyway, I'll ski you guys later. I'm going to go put my Christmas ski up.
Yeah. But the queen kind of walks away from everyone else, gives a harumph, and turns away and quietly and sadly asks of no one,
Did she have to mention snow?
So she knows what snow is.
Yep.
Snow. Why did it have to be snow?
That got me rather excited. Like, ooh, we're going to learn some Red Queen backstory in a little bit.
Wonderland lore. Wonderland lore.
Don't go away. There's lots more coming your way.
Hi, I'm Jane Seymour, and you're watching the Disney Channel's Holiday Preview.
Get your skis shined up, grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya. Take a sniff, pull it out. The taste is gonna move you when you pop it in your mouth. Juicy fruit is gonna move ya. Your juice is soft, it gets right to ya. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move ya.
Hi, I'm Justin.
And I'm Amy.
And we're the hosts of the Cool Kids Club podcast, a new show dedicated to everything we love and remember from our shared childhoods.
Every episode, we will take you on a nostalgia-fueled journey back to the glory days of the 80s, 90s, and beyond.
Whether it's toys, pop culture, junk food, or fashion, no topic is too cool for the Cool Kids Club.
So check out the Cool Kids Club podcast with America's favorite siblings, Justin and Amy, coming very soon wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Cool Kids Club Pod.
And now, back to the show.
So then we cut to White Rabbit deciding that he really wants to try to bring snow to Wonderland and bring more of the traditions. And so then they all put on beards, and I don't know why, but this is what we'll look like in 50 years. It made me laugh really hard.
Yeah, the writing on this show is fucking excellent.
It is.
They did have Alice say, well, speak for yourself. And I'm like, you shouldn't have said anything. It would still be funny.
Also, why did White Rabbit with the beard look like Gandalf?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, the fake beard joke actually has shown up on the show before, because there was another episode where they did it. It was the one where Marley Matlin shows up as the March Hare's cousin.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And so they do that gag again, but they do it with like the Groucho Marx Beagle plus glasses.
Oh, okay.
We also forgot to mention the bit too where the White Rabbit, where he actually tries to bring some of the traditions to the Red Queen. He's trying, bless his heart. It's a sweet gag, but
he's a good friend / servant / partner.
Exactly.
The Queen's love language is acts of service, and I think he's doing a great job here.
Exactly.
He also might be a bit of a punching bag, that the show's unclear on that.
He's cool. He's cool with it. He's a bottom.
He makes her a sour bread dough house, as we mentioned earlier.
Yes, he couldn't find any gingerbread.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. Sourdough house would kind of be cool.
Right? I want to make a sourdough gingerbread house.
Which I feel like at this point has been made at like Bowden or another sourdough restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be a thing.
And he also makes the Christmas ficus, which has Christmas galoshes on it.
Yes, couldn't find stockings, so he hangs some galoshes.
Oh, this one still has mud on it.
And then he licks it off.
Ew.
And he wouldn't dare cut down one of the Queen's precious trees of rose bushes, so instead he's got a large potted plant and threw some tinsel and ornaments on it, including some produce.
Okay, but that would actually be cool as hell. Like, that's a lot easier than to have a tree.
Yeah, and I like what he's found for ornaments. There's a plastic shovel like you bring to the beach, what appears to be a bottle of mustard, and a clothes hanger.
So, I will admit, the story of why the queen gets sad when she mentions snow is actually kind of sad. What it is that, she mentioned as a little girl, there was one Christmas where her and her family went to a cottage with snow and everything, and she fell in love with it, but her parents hated it. So after that, they just went to the beach going forward, which, I say this as someone who lives from a reasonable distance from a beach. Who the fuck goes to the beach for Christmas?
Yeah. I mean, in California, it's basically a tradition, but
Yeah, I'm in Florida. People go to the beach.
I mean, fair. You guys have pretty warm weather, but
I would assume Hawaiians go to the beach on Christmas, I guess.
True.
I mean, when you're like me and you live in New Jersey.
No, I'm not going down the shore for Christmas. Well, I mean, I do have family in Ocean City, so.
Oh yeah, fair.
Cool.
But we're not going to the beach.
I live in New England, and the beach in wintertime is both really cool and also fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yup.
Yes.
Because it's like really cool seeing it like empty and everything closed, like it's some like sort of crazy like post-apocalyptic shit. But also, ocean wind is already cold enough. Ocean wind in the winter is terrible.
Yeah.
Ocean wind. Freezing
Ocean
my
wind.
nuts off.
Ocean wind, take me by the sin, something to the lind. I don't know.
Ocean wind will get you clean. The queen's finishing her story. She tried to forget all about snow, and she did right up until Alice brought it back up again, and now all she wants is for it to snow.
And now, no matter how much I try to enjoy Christmas this year, all I can think about is how much I want it to snow.
Yeah, thanks, Dick.
But it's never snowed in Wonderland before. White Rabbit very unhelpfully adds, it would take a miracle for that to happen.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, bud.
But, this White Rabbit isn't a quitter. He wants to try and give the queen what she wants. So he goes to seek advice from the wise caterpillar.
Nothing's impossible, Rabbit. Not even snow.
Played by Wesley Mann, who's another Back to the Future guy.
Yes.
In part 2, after Biff gets knocked out and Marty says, it's okay, I know CPR, Wesley Mann's the guy who asks, what's CPR?
Yes, and to the three of us, we also know him as the principal who would spit a lot when he spoke on
Oh,
That's
yeah,
So
right,
Raven.
That's So Raven.
Yeah.
Right.
And don't forget the two other guys underneath him. I don't know their names, but they're underneath him.
Oh, yeah, he's got two guys underneath him.
And they're all probably sweating to death in that fucking costume. Let's be real.
Wesley Mann was also in But I'm a Cheerleader. He takes in the kids who break out of the conversion camp. He was Lloyd.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's
God.
right.
So happy Pride Month once again.
Happy Pride Month from Lloyd. Caterpillar in the most impressive costume and makeup on this show.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my God. And also we get the story of the squirrel family, which was really cute.
We stan a single mother.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
We get a story about the power of just really hoping something will happen.
Yeah.
Although I will say that some of the ways that they were singing was giving me a little Disney really wanted their own Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, it was a lot like that.
Oh man, my misophonia fucking loved this.
Yeah.
And by love, I mean blind, blood-curdling hatred.
But yeah, we see this story brought to life in capital C claymation by Will Vinton Studios.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like a weirdly smooth claymation, too. How the hell did he do that?
A Disney budget.
I still love that there's bloopers where they just make R-rated versions of the animations for the show.
I would love to see more of that, quite frankly. I'm sure there are more bloopers that haven't leaked yet. I hope
Yeah.
they do.
And so the little squirrel started an oil company and used her money to buy oil reserves all over Africa and the Middle East and destroyed the environment so much that it caused a shift in global temperatures, which finally brought snow.
Yay!
And then, after the snow, they lived in a climate change-ridden apocalyptic hellhole. And the squirrel's mother said, God, why?
Okay, but the caterpillar has this story in a book about a squirrel who celebrates Christmas, but it looks like our Christmas.
Yeah.
Like the squirrel has a Christmas tree and cookies and snow. Where did he get this book if no one else in Wonderland knows about those things?
A wizard did it.
It's
Wonderland. A wizard actually could have done it.
Well, no, Santa could have done it, you know.
It's Wonderland. They can summon basically whatever they want.
If Santa can crash land in Pac-Land, he can go to Wonderland as well.
Yes, he can.
It's like how the genie knows all those 90s Hollywood references in ancient Middle East.
Yeah, yep. Also, if I'm remembering the rest of the show correctly, these stories the caterpillar tells are fables to go along with that episode's lesson of the day. And the lesson here seems to be, if you wish hard enough, it'll come true.
I guess that's a message.
The squirrel in the story doesn't actually do anything to help the snow happen besides wish upon a star. And I know it's Disney, but I guess I expected a bit more active solution from the caterpillar.
I guess if you look at it closely, it's kind of similar to the Sign episode of Bluey, where they talk about how things will eventually work out.
Yep, that works.
I'm sorry I've heard that, Rabbit. Do you want solutions, or are you just here to vent?
Well, to that end, the White Rabbit does come up with a plan of action to make the Queen's miracle happen. So he gathers everyone up at the Mad Hatter's house, tells them he wants to surprise her with snow. Well, first they go through, he wants to tell them about the surprise he wants to put together. And Hatter asks, won't that spoil the surprise?
Also, we get reintroduced to Dormouse.
Dormouse is here.
I fucking love Dormouse.
Yeah.
Dormouse, who of course is Hatter and Hare's son. There is no explanation for it.
Of course.
Explanation for it.
There's no heterosexual explanation for that. That is a gay couple with their adopted son.
Exactly.
Headcanon accepted.
Did anybody notice that they were using his home as a hockey puck with him inside of it in the intro?
Hey, yeah.
That's messed up.
He seemed pretty happy about it, though.
Yeah, it's okay. See, he likes... It's like when you see someone like throwing their kid in the air and you're there like, relax, he likes it.
Yeah. I'm gonna catch them. The Dormouse is a little puppet mouse performed by John Lovelady.
Yes.
I've talked about him. He was a Muppet performer through the 70s. He's the original performer of Crazy Harry.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yes, that's right.
And he did a couple of characters in a special I talked about, The Great Santa Claus Switch, including one of Santa's elves named Bong.
Nice.
That sure is a name.
Well, there's also Bing.
Okay.
It's Bing, and there's Bong, and there's Fred.
There's also another Muppet connection I've learned about this show recently. Let me pull up the information for it.
Yeah, give her an ad.
Yeah. So Gary Halvorson, who actually directed Elmo and Grouchland, actually directed a lot of episodes of this show.
Okay.
Wow.
In fact, he might have directed every episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. What a legend.
I mean, the way they cranked those out, because again, this started at MGM Studios, so.
Yeah, that's right. And he also directed some episodes of the Drew Carey Show, so hell yeah.
Oh my god, it's no escape again.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Less no escape.
Hell yeah.
So Rabbit finally explains he wants them all to help him give the Queen snow somehow. This is where they put on the Santa beards, because the Tweedles ask, shouldn't we be meeting in secret so the Queen doesn't see us talking about it all together without her getting suspicious? So they put on the Santa beards as a disguise.
Yeah.
Not if she recognizes us.
Hold on. What do you mean they can't meet it? Is Wonderland like a surveillance state?
Yes, it is.
What is this, like the Scientology district?
They only have 3 set pieces. It's very small. It's like Monaco.
Hooray. And also, I have never once in my life heard the phrase snowing the Queen, but I'm sure it's a euphemism.
Yeah, that was a choice to put in the song.
We love to snow the queen with our snow-making machine. We will turn to ice what once before was green.
Yeah, they sing it a few times in this snow when Hatter reveals he has a snow machine. Never seen snow, but he has a snow machine, and here it turns out he's talking about like little snow cones.
Yeah, it's basically that one episode of Full House. Why does everything come back to Full House? I don't know. Where they use a snow cone machine to bring snow to San Francisco.
Oh yeah, and the whole backyard's full of it. And they surprise. Yes. Is it Becky who gets the surprise?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? This is also just like that one Christmas Drake and Josh movie where they make snow out of cheese.
Oh,
that's right.
So we know Hatter and Hare love to snow the queen, but do they love to snow each other? Wink, wink.
That's what the snow machine's for.
All the time, all day, every day, in the kitchen, in the living room.
If you're gonna snow each other, you gotta snow each other all the way.
Also, when they say lemon snow cones, I was like, if it's lemon snow cones like in Monsters, Inc., don't eat those.
Right. It looks like the snow machine is actually just a pitching machine connected to a shopping cart.
It does, yes.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Yes. So now they'll have to think of some other way to make it snow. And we cut to Tweedledee on the phone with Frosty the Snowman, apparently.
Who exists in this universe.
And Jack Frost.
And Jack Frost.
And Joe Cool, who I was just immediately like, Joe Cool Mama.
That's Snoopy in sunglasses, right?
Yes.
Yes. So they talk to Snoopy, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand they have a large phone book here and they're flipping through it, but the way he says so much for getting any help from Frosty the Snowman implies they know Frosty the Snowman, even though he's the one who not 20 minutes ago asked, "What's all that white stuff in your painting, Alice?"
There's no such thing as consistency in Wonderland. We just got to understand that.
Exactly. It's embracing the madness.
The phone book, by the way, hey, adults, remember the phone book? Instead of the yellow pages, Wonderland's phone book, of course, has red pages.
Get it?
I thought that was a nice touch that I just noticed 30 years later. They're flipping through the red pages and they find a company called Snow R Us.
There's an ad for a store called Snow R Us.
Shouldn't that be Snow Is Us?
Well, what do you want, Alice? Snow or good grammar?
Well, I don't see why she can't have both.
He's got a point.
R.I.P. Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the writing on this show is definitely on par with, like, you know, a lot of decent sitcoms for what it's worth.
It is.
Oh, yeah. It was giving me big Drew Carey show and Weird Al show comments.
Yeah.
So they call Snow R Us, which it turns out is located at the North Pole. Of course it is.
Because there's a North Pole in the Wonderland universe and our universe. Don't think about it too much, kids.
Yay! And also, we come across Randy's favorite part in the episode. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, which one?
The plane.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Silly me starts to think, oh boy, we're going to see the North Pole in Adventures in Wonderland. Haha, no, you fool. What we see is Tweedledum renting a biplane to fly to the North Pole, pick up the snow, and fly back.
We're not aiming for the North Pole.
Excuse me, your majesty, but a second plane has crashed into your rose garden.
72 Red Queens, here I come!
But first we cut back to the Queen's Garden where she wishes them all Merry Christmas and apologizes for not seeming as merry as she ought to be. But Rabbit tells her not to worry about it. And here's where we first hear Tweedledum in the biplane flying overhead.
She's about to worry about it.
Yeah. Everyone counts down from 5 and Tweedledum dumps a bucket he picked up from Snow R Us onto the Queen's head. But all the snow has melted. So the Queen ends up getting a bucket full of water dumped on her head.
I sure wish I were down there to see the Queen's face!
Surprise! What was that?
She's a maniac on the
rose.
Nose.
And she's pissed off like she's never been before.
You know, I appreciate the effort, but, you know, what was Tweedledee or Tweedledum?
Tweedledum's in the plane.
Okay. So, yeah, I do understand and appreciate the effort that Tweedledum was going with here, but with just a bucket of snow, you're not going to get much, man.
That stuff's gonna melt immediately, just saying.
They just learned about it today, so they didn't think of that. Understandable.
Somehow they know Frosty the Snowman and they know the North Pole exists, but they also just found out that snow exists.
And then they pour salt and water instead of snow on the Queen. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
And if this was any other adaptation of Alice in Wonderland, here's where heads would start rolling.
Yes,
or
they
coming
would.
off. Ah.
But because this is aimed at the same audience that could handle that in the cartoon and the movie for some reason, she just yells at them.
Yeah, just if all I'm gonna get for Christmas is soap, then I'm skipping it all together. And she very slowly walks away because she's in heels, and you can still see a giant puddle on the tile floor.
Yeah. Roll credits.
Yeah, Playhouse Disney wasn't even a thing here, so they didn't even have that as an excuse.
I hope that's the only take they needed, and she didn't fall.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
So then we cut to her in a robe trying to dry off and try to lick her wounds, and we get reintroduced to Nightmare Fuel, aka the Cheshire Cat.
Oh, the floating
The
cat
power of
puppet
Christ
Cheshire
compels you.
Cat.
The power of Christ compels you.
I'm sorry, but that motherfucker still terrifies me.
No, I hate him. I still hate that fucker.
Is it really the Cheshire Cat unless it's not like at least a little bit terrifying?
I mean, you're right.
True.
The Disney one isn't terrifying. I love him. He's cool.
Yeah, you can tell that the show tried to base him around that and made it a little too realistic looking.
I was mostly referencing the Tim Burton one anyway. I don't know what's going on with that motherfucker.
I was going with the animated version, but
Yes.
yeah, that's all.
The animated version has like a cute design, but he's just like I don't know. It's like he's just so like mysterious that it's almost off-putting, but also in a whimsical way.
Exactly.
And the eyes are just so dead inside.
It's like, you know, you kind of scare me, and I like that. I respect you for that.
Yeah, I remember watching it when I was really little, and I was just like, oh, I want to look away, but I'm not gonna.
I love that his only contribution in this episode is to make the Queen feel so shitty for yelling at everyone.
He's good at guilt tripping.
Sure is. This Cheshire Cat is performed by character actor Richard Coleman.
Merry Christmas, Your Majesty. Not for me, it isn't. I didn't get what I wanted. Are you sure?
Hell yeah.
Most of his other credits are single episodes of shows, and a whole bunch of them are just police officer.
The Cheshire Cat is a cop?
That explains a lot.
Just one episode, 2 episodes, and then Adventures of Wonderland, 100 episodes.
Which is funny because he's the character of chaos, so why is he the cop in this show?
Who said cops actually follow the law?
True.
Yeah.
And I think Richard Coleman, if I'm not mistaken, is actually in the official Adventures in Wonderland Facebook group.
Oh,
yes, he is.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Chuckleheads from Wonderland. Good. That is a great Facebook group.
Oh,
Hell
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think he shared quite a bit of behind the scenes stuff. So
Nice. But here's where they finally start teaching the real lesson they want the kids to learn, because the cat wishes the Queen Merry Christmas, and she replies, not for me, it isn't. I didn't get what I wanted. And the cat asks, are you sure? Yeah, she's sure. She wanted snow and got water dumped on her head.
Well, I mean, what is snow, but not just the slower version of that?
Yeah.
he did kind of cook with his speech.
How could my subjects have been such chuckleheads?
You're right. They'd have to be chuckleheads to have gone to all the trouble they did.
What trouble?
The secret meetings, the snow machine, the flight to the North Pole. All that trouble just to make you happy on Christmas.
Yeah, and he did it in like such a guilt trippy way. Like, yeah, how dare they do that?
Yeah, that was
Yeah, he did.
I love that.
Like, even when he's trying to help, he's always just an antagonistic asshole. Like, at least when the Queen is wrong, she owns up to it.
And also, I fucking love when they cut back to the others when... Was it Tweedledum or Tweedledee?
In the plane, it was Tweedledum.
Oh yeah, Tweedledum. When he's like, "Oh man, I messed everything up," and March Hare just starts roasting him. Like, I wouldn't say that. I would say you bungled it. I would say that you screwed it up. I would say
I really goofed trying to deliver that snow.
Oh, let's not say goofed.
Right. More like bungled, muffed, blundered, botched.
Can we go back to goofed?
I would say you screwed the pooch.
Well, he's blunt. You gotta respect that.
Yeah.
He doesn't sugarcoat it, even though, tea and all that shit with sugar and whatever.
And he has another great bit too when the Red Queen is apologizing and she says that she was only thinking about herself. He responds, "Why should today be different from any other day?"
Then the caterpillar slaps him with 3 of his hands.
Yeah, he just turns him around. Slaps him once with one hand, slaps him with another hand, and then slaps him again.
Yeah.
It's very graphic, you guys.
If I had 6 hands, I'd be doing that too. That sounds like it'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they piss me off. I'm just slapping them for the fun of it.
Just slapping everybody. But the Queen comes back running in, joyfully shouting, "Merry Christmas, everyone," and that's what makes them all surprised. And she decides to get punny and says,
I was all wet even before that bucket of water hit me. Because I forgot what Christmas is really all about. It's about showing people that you care.
I forgot what Christmas is really all about. It's about hanging up bananas. Your friends.
I forgot what Christmas really is all about. It's about pelting people with snow cones.
I mean, we all know that the Hatter and Hare love to hang up bananas every day.
Should have had Alice chiming in with that. And skiing. Christmas is all about skiing. Just letting you know.
Well, she does says, but you wanted presents and you didn't get any. So she's still dreaming about those skis.
But you wanted presents and you didn't get any. Maybe like, skis or something.
Yeah. But the Queen explains, yes, she did, because only good friends would have gone through all that trouble to get her some snow. So they gave her the best gift of all, the gift of friendship. Friendship?
I mean, it's lame when all the other shows do it, but, I'll give this one a pass.
Yeah, she and the others start singing about how the best gifts of Christmas are miracles disguised.
The best gifts of all are miracles disguised. They're in front of you, right before your eyes.
The miracles of Christmas are a Wonderland delight.
Gifts to remember on this starry Christmas night.
This song's okay. It's pretty standard. We're ending the special now, so let's sing about what really matters. And then look, everyone, it starts snowing!
Yay! Climate change. We're all gonna die sooner now.
Because every show where it doesn't snow has to have an ending where it snows. It's Arthur's Perfect Christmas and something else.
Yay, life lesson rendered totally moot. I got what I wanted anyway. Yay!
Right, yeah, Queen's ecstatic.
Meanwhile, my grumpy ass, I'm like, no, I am not learning how to work in this snow. Screw you.
I will say that I am glad this show didn't take the Christmas Carol route.
Yeah.
Me too.
They kind of did a different episode.
Did they have an It's a Wonderful Life episode, Christmas or not?
There was a Christmas Carol parody episode called Bah Hamburger.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
Tweedledum is a junk food junkie who gets visited by the ghosts of nutrition, past, present, and future. It's very silly.
Oh, is this going to be one of those lecture episodes?
That aged awkwardly.
Remember, kids, if you eat junk food, you're part of the problem.
That was one of the last episodes. It was like that episode, the OJ episode, and then the last episode of the series was a Halloween special.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then Alice learns that it's important to enjoy Christmas how it is. The end.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to.
By constantly dropping hints that she wants skis.
To her cat.
And harassing her cat.
Yeah, she tells the cat, who absolutely does not care.
Oh man, a Game Boy! I want skis!
It's like, oh man, $1 million. $1 million can buy many skis.
I'd like to pawn this Game Boy for some skis.
you sure you don't want to switch? Switch skis!
The Switch hasn't even been invented yet!
That's it.
She tells Dinah, I wouldn't trade you for all the skis in the world. Well, no, of course you wouldn't. Where'd you put them all? You live in a McMansion, but it's not that big.
Okay, we'll get you skis, but you have to be in Mars Needs Moms. Deal!
Okay.
I wouldn't trade you for all the skis in the world. I'll take your cat for some skis. Sold!
And that's where Dinah went.
Yay!
They look out the window at this falling snow, and that's it. We get a special outro as well, complete with the sound of a whip cracking at a horse on a sleigh ride.
Oh my god, it's Johnny Test.
But that's it. Any final thoughts on Christmas in Wonderland?
I still fucking love this show.
Keep the tapes.
Yes, keep the tapes.
Absolutely delightful. The writing, the banter in this episode is just fun overall, and it's a very wholesome episode overall. I just really, there's very little about this show that I haven't already said, just that I can't sing its praises enough, so hell yeah.
If you're going to be an adult watching a show for children, I say this is the one.
This is a comfort show if I've ever seen one, guys.
Oh, yeah. I remember when Disney Plus added it, and I told my wife, and she got really excited because it was one of her favorites, too.
Hell yeah.
Base.
But thank you for diving down the rabbit hole with me on this one, friends.
We're always very happy to go back down.
And if people want to fly by your castle and dump a bucket of freshly melted snow on your head, where can they find you on the internet if you wish to be found? And we'll start with Kit.
All right, you can find me Mission Breakout on Discord, MuppetVision_3D on Letterboxd. I am begrudgingly still on Twitter these days, only because I want to post art more. And hopefully AI shit won't make me terrified to do that. Maybe I'll go join Kara, who knows. And you can find me making a sourdough bread house.
Hell yeah.
Randy.
You can find me on as Neon Tales on Twitter and on YouTube. That's Neon Tales with 2 Z's. I am also on Channel KRT with These Lovely People, among other podcasts.
Aww.
And you can find me slamming into my mirror until I finally get to go see these assholes already. It'll work eventually if I keep hitting my head enough.
Sure.
Randy, you have a brain injury at this point. Are you okay?
I do not have an aim injury.
And Tyler.
So you can find Channel KRT on Twitter at channel_KRT, Instagram at Channel KRT Podcast, all one word on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel where we upload all our episodes. We have a Discord server and a Facebook group, which we have in the link tree in our Twitter bio. And as for me, you can also, and we're also on Patreon as well. You can find that also in our link tree. You can find me on Twitter at TylerFG, Instagram at TylerFG96. And as of recently, I am also a production assistant on the fan film The Mask Gone Viral, which as of right now has 6,000 views on their YouTube channel for their proof of concept for their upcoming movie. We're going to hopefully be filming sometime in the summer. By the way, this isn't my movie. It's my friend Jordy Skolnick. But yeah, go check that out. You can also find their crowdfunder at crowdfunder.com/themaskgoneviral. Yeah, so go check them out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Great. And I will put all of those links in the show notes. Please give Channel KRT a listen. If you're a fan of this podcast, they get into a lot of videos I haven't thought about in a long time. It's so much fun.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, man.
And you can find the show notes and me over at adventcalendar.house, and you can take it from there. Tune in next time when I invite some interesting creatures to Thanksgiving in July. Till then, for Kit, Randy, and Tyler, from this lame castle on the beach my parents had to drag me to on vacation because I'm a spoiled princess.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
This is Mike Westfall reminding you to mind the icy patch. Good night, y'all.
It's Christmas in Wonderland. Merry Christmas.
Next time on the Advent Calendar House.
What was that? I think it's moving. What the fridge.
They're monsters. Lead the way.
My son and my daughter are missing.
This is by far the coolest vacation ever.
Dad's gonna kill me.
Jim Henson's Turkey Hollow.
Monsters.